Hi everyone, welcome to Homerino Collectibles, and today I'm going to be showing you the Maketoys Battle Tanker Series MT-03 Hypernovae. Now this is something that I have been so excited for. This is indeed the first edition or limited edition release of this figure, which came out about 5 months ago. You could only get it from Maketoys direct from that website right there. You can call it Maketoys if you want to. But yeah, basically maketoys.jp, and it would ship really fast and everything was really awesome. I'm not sure if you can still buy this at all, but I was going to get it from there because I just really wanted it. It's just something that, I mean, all collectors will know of this. They think to themselves, right, here's my budget for this month, or they'll think to themselves, you know, I bought a lot of stuff last month, so I'm just going to try and take it easy. Something catches your eye, and you don't care how much it costs, you're going to get it. Well, that's what happened to me with this, and before I saw this, I'd heard of Hypernovae, but I didn't really know anything about it too special, you know, like I'd saw a few pictures of it and whatnot, but when I saw this first edition release of it, I was like, I'm definitely getting that thing, because I really like the look of Nova Prime. And if you don't know who Nova Prime is, essentially Nova Prime, he was around in the golden age of Cybertron. It's in the IDW versions of the comics, and it's before the civil war between Autobots and Decepticons, and basically he went through a portal, and like he was the leader of the first arc, the first Lost Ark, which included Galvatron, which is not Megatron Galvatron, it's a different character. Who else was in there? Omega Supreme and people like that. So that was really cool. It's a really awesome story. I know of it. I haven't read it, but I know of the story. I know what it's about. And essentially, he turns into Nemesis Prime. He was the Matrix carrier, you know, he was the Prime of that time. And yeah, really awesome dude. He was like the first one thinking, you know, let's go conquest the universe sort of thing, let's go and spread our race. And now I have this thing, and I'm going to get into this because I'm babbling, and it's just an incredible figure. Now, you can get this figure right now from Maketoys, from TF Source and so on. I got mine from TF Source when they actually secured a shipment of this first edition version. As you can see, it's all just this plain box. I have not opened it yet, so let's get it open and take a look. So the first edition version, it just comes with extra parts which really make it pop, and it is so worth it. If you can still get a hold of the first edition version, I 100% recommend that you pick it up. So here we go, I can see it inside there. Let's take this thing out. Oh yeah, look at that shiny first edition goodness. There it is. Very nice. So I'm just going to take it out of its wrapping here. Can just get this thing cut open. There we go. Oh yeah, that new toy smell. Put that to one side, and here we go. So first of all, let's just take a quick look at the box. So with this first edition version, as you can see, you got all this nice awesome bronze, gold, copperish kind of coloured writing, really awesome. But it includes this sticker, and I'm sure that says something like extra parts, limited edition, first edition, special edition, whatever, I don't really know. But it shows you the wings and the orange parts inside. Now it says Crystal City Chronicle. I guess that's the part of the series that it's in, and you got the Battle Tanker series right there. MT-03 Hypernovae, Maketoys 2013, made in China. It has 16 right there if I just come in and focus. So that obviously means this is ages 16 and up. And the back of the box, really awesome design. I love how you've got the, if I just focus again, sorry about that. I really love how you've got the detailed image in the background, and then on here it shows you all the different forms So the Battle Tanker series, basically, they normally work off the G2 Prime mold, but this is actually a completely new remolded piece, which is really awesome. And then we got the side of the box, and the bottom. There you go, look, ages 16 plus, and all that sort of fun stuff. So let's get into this thing right now. I never peel the sellotape off on third-party boxes because, you know, I really don't want it to accidentally like rip a bit of the box off or something. So I always just give it a cut, and then I always like to, if that happens, just fold that back. I just really, it's like one of my kind of OCD sort of things about third-party packaging. So let's get this thing open, and there it is. Looking cool. Slide it out if I can. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This thing is full. So box wasn't too big, but looks very, very nice because it is, as you can see, packaged in vehicle mode. So we'll just put that over there for right now. And then these are the special parts that you get. And out of the box, this is Hypernova, or Nova Prime. Now, as well in the box, what you also get is your instruction sheet. If I just take it out of the wrapper here, there we go. Everything's really, really nicely packaged with this. Just open this up. So here it is, really well coloured, describes everything very well. Some parts, well, they could do with a little bit of more elaboration, but it's fine overall. It shows you all the different modes, which is very good. It doesn't just show you one mode. Everything is in pretty damn good detail colour-wise, like how everything's distincted, and everything's got like little numbers and things, so that when you come back to it a little later when you've taken them off, it says, okay, so now here's where you put the red piece and the green piece and the blue piece, and it's really very good in that respect. So really do like that instruction sheet. And also included is your instruction sheet showing you how to put on all of your stickers and your orange inserts for the first edition version. Now, if you click the link at the top right of the video here, you can see my video on how to put these in, exactly what you'll need and what you need to do, and where it all goes. And that's just a separate video because not everyone wants to see that, so I didn't put it as part of this, so that the people that don't want to see it don't have to, just to help you guys out so that you don't get annoyed sitting through this. But that video is there if you want. I'll also put it as a link in the description. So onto the figure itself. I have been waiting for so long to get this. I am so excited. So I have actually put all the parts in, so I can show you what it looks like first editioned up. But basically, with the trailer, it can actually move to a certain extent. This front part here, which is part of a foot in its armoured mode, of the tanker sort of rubs across that, but you can actually move that up slightly, so you can have it open like that, and it'll move freely. So you actually get quite a good bit of articulation there. And I'm just going to take this off. It is attached via a trailer hitch right there, which is actually part of a gun, but we'll come back to the cab in a second and we'll focus on the trailer real quick. So your trailer hitch is in there. Really, really nice wheels, exactly the same as on the cab. Really awesome blue there, shining away. You got all this nice detail all throughout the figure, everywhere, every panel is detailed. And then you've got nice yellow coloured inserts there. These are the hands and the waist piece at the back that just give it a nice added bit of colour. And then you've got these wing sections that go across the side. Just a lot of colour throughout the entire thing, and it does actually look exactly like Nova Prime's trailer. As you can see just in there, I have put those inserts on, but we'll come back to this a little later on, and we'll focus on this, the cab. Now, you can see the blue shining away on this too. We got some nice silver on the grille. Same wheels again. Nice little shiny blue windows there. You got the silver up on top. Now this is based on the same mold as their what their battle tanker series is modelled on, which is the G2 Laser Prime. However, every single part of this is actually a newly moulded piece. So it's based on it, but it's not actually exactly the same in any way, shape or form. Otherwise there'd be copyright reasons. So as the full thing put together, it is actually a little bit shorter than that Prime with a battle tanker on the back of it, but just the cab itself is actually longer because of this new front end. And then we got nice detail on the back too. They haven't just gone over to this and gone, oh yeah, we'll just stuff this full of crap and holes and this, that and the other like they normally do with the back of a truck mode, but they've done pretty damn well, and I really do like these little bits of detail right down here. Everything just comes together really, really well, you know, putting little bits of detail in places that don't really need it, but come out as a massive yes vote for me. The only thing I don't like is just when they have like little screws like that, but apart from that, this thing is perfect, and if you look underneath, you can't see too many robot parts. It doesn't look like a robot. It would stand up like this, it doesn't look like it too much. So to transform this thing, first up, just release this little white part here, pull the legs apart and take out this. Now this is obviously a gun, it's a very nice style gun, really awesome. Put that to one side. Now this part here, very, very, very stiff the first time I did it. You can see how it's got just little bits of plastic fraying out around it. You might want to shave that apart a little bit when you put it back together. And as you can see, the way it's designed, that pegs in, and then you've got this extra piece on the side that goes in. As you can see, it's shaped so that it's very tough to get out. So just be very, very careful with that. So now what you want to do is untab the front. So you take these two sections, slide them up so that it's a bit easier to grab this front section and pull it apart. And basically just be careful, because right under that window there's a little tab, so you want to pull it up as you bring it out so that you don't stress it too much. As you can see, that you little peg either side. Now that you've done that, you can unpeg the arms from these little white tabs in here, enabling you to bring them out and down a little like that. Just get them down to the side and out of the way. So right now I'm just going to carry on with the legs here. So what we're going to do is flip the feet down. So you want to straighten this part out, and that's the heel, and flip it down. It's on a nice ball joint there, so flip that out, bring it down. We're going to come round to the side here, and the grey pieces, flip it out like so, leaving you with these tyres. Now this is something that a lot of people didn't like about the original versions, but what you're going to do here is you're going to bring this piece around, and then you're going to want to push in. Takes a little doing, so I just did it off camera there, but once you get it in the right position, you'll know where it is. So basically you do it with the bottom two, so you just flip it round, and you want to just make sure that you're not pushing on a part of the wheel. There you go. Flip it round, and if there's any resistance, just turn the tyres and they'll flick in, and after a little doing they go in just fine. So now what we want to do is straighten up the arms a little more again, just bring them round so that the yellow piece is facing forwards, and you can rotate the hands round as well. Do that on the other side here. Everything's nice and tight, and that's the way we want it. And what we're going to do is we're going to flip the head up, so you just give it a nice push from underneath, flip it round, get a bit more focus on your camera if you're recording it, bring it around and peg it back in place, and there is his lovely head. And then you're going to make sure that you flip these little mirrors in here, or the windows, and push near the blue bit, because they can be a little bit stiff, not too stiff. Just going to lift the head up here so I can get my finger inside and help push them in, because my one on that side is a little stiff. So yeah, just make sure you push it near the hinge and not near the top, so that you don't break it. Because I think it was Peel's review about 4 or 5 months ago when this thing came out, who mentioned that there's been people who have said that they've broken theirs. Next, with this back piece, this grey piece, what you want to do is bring it down like so, and it flips, if you can get it to flip up. There you go. Fold these pieces in and they come together and lock in, and then this piece you can push up just like that. You just push it up and it'll lock into place. There we go. So like I said, very tight, but it will go, don't worry about it. So now that you've got that out of the way and everything closed up, you just bring it over the top and push it down. Like I said, make sure that shoulder pieces and whatnot are all out of the way. Give it a good push. It clips into place and he looks gorgeous. Same goes for these pieces on the back. You can pretty much put them wherever you want, but we're going to go with official transformations and whatnot for this part right now. And officially they are just like that, you know, just flipped around like so. And that is fully transformed Nova Prime. That is the cab section. This is basic, simple Nova Prime, and doesn't he just look fantastic? And then there you have it, fully transformed Nova Prime, looking pretty damn incredible. You can take his gun, slot that in his hand, and it's a tight fit once again, wouldn't you have guessed? There we go. And then you can give him a nice big rifle. Now articulation is very similar to Laser Prime 2, so ball jointed head, you got your up and down, left and right. Shoulders move at a couple of joints, as you've already seen. Rotates up here on a ball joint. You've got an elbow joint, ball jointed wrist, and you've also got a bit of up and down movement in the wrist as well, at the ball and at a separate swivel, so that's really nice. You have a bit of waist movement. The hips are ratcheted on this, which is a really big improvement. They go forward and back. If you want it to go further back, you lift that piece up and it goes further. Swivel at the thigh, you've got a knee joint and then a ball jointed foot. So very, very good articulation. This figure really needs it because of all the different modes and everything that it has, and it does retain the same articulation for all modes. In fact, in some modes it may even get some more. So extremely nice figure. Let's just get some close-ups here. Here's the face. It looks incredibly nice. So much like Nova Prime. And that's the one thing about this figure as well. That's something that's going to make a hell of a lot of people want this, because it's one of the only Nova Primes ever made. There have actually been previous Nova Primes, but not too many, especially in America and European releases. I really do like all the little yellow accents and all the blue and the nice silver and all the little bits of detail. Very good. And the backpack actually looks extremely nice. It's not a hindrance as to standing, as you can see. He is actually leaning back anyway and still standing up. Due to the tight joints, this guy stands whatever position you want to put him in. He is incredibly stable, especially because obviously his feet are quite large compared to the size of him. Now, speaking of the size of him, there he is standing pretty straight. Here is the Orion Pax figure that's recently been released. So there you have an idea of a modern official deluxe next to Nova. So Nova is a little bit bigger than an average deluxe to the head. Obviously, I never count that sort of kibble sort of thing. It's, you know, it's to the head really, isn't it? But if you did want to go by that, then it's about kind of almost a Voyager size. Now, this is not the end, because remember, we still have this. So what we're going to do here is right underneath, you can see where it attaches. There's a blue peg there. You're just going to take this centerpiece and just give it a nice good tug, and that will come right out. And these two pieces just slide onto this center blue piece. So you slide that bit off, slide that bit off, it comes out eventually, and then you can fold this out, and then you've got a nice longer gun, which is pretty damn cool too. And what we're going to do with these pieces right here is we're going to open up these parts. They're the feet, flip them around so that the silver part is facing the front, and open it up. And the part with the peg and the gap for the wheel is going to be on the outside, so that is the right leg right there. We're going to do the same with the other one real quick. Just bring that around. That's done. And then we're going to come to the back. These parts here that are just on the wings, we're going to just slide those off. They're just attached to the blue piece. You just give them a bit of a tug, bit of a push. They're sliding slowly. Like I said, everything is very tough. Just get a bit more leverage, and there we go. That's going to be part of the hand. That's the forearm. The other one's a little bit easier to take off. And then over on the back we have the waist piece, which you want to be careful with because it's only on that little tab in the middle there. And then we have the two hands, which you pull off. And then you can put this to one side, and we're not going to be using this at the moment. So now you're going to bring in Nova Prime. You're going to take off the gun, flip these back up, clip them back into place, and flip the heels back down too. So what you do now is you take the leg and just kind of wiggle it in there. Just try and get some clearance, get it up, and then it's just going to push up and clip in once you get the parts lined up. And then once you hear that click, you can just close this front piece, and that is securely on there. We're going to do the same over on the other side here. So we're going to just get this piece over, get ourselves a bit of clearance, like so. Line it up. Can't quite see in there too great, but line it up. You hear that clip, push this front piece in, and there you have a couple of legs. And also, I left these up, but you can move these down at that first point if you want. It does look a little bit better for when he is like that. But for this portion, what we're going to do is it rotates up here at the top. So you're going to rotate that all the way around 180 degrees. And you can lift that up so you can get a little bit more clearance if you want, so you can keep them up the top. But you basically want that tab sitting inside there so that it's so that piece there is straight and flat. So we're going to bring it round, get a bit of clearance, rotate this piece around so it's straight and flat, and then you can put that wherever you want. But that's how we're going to have his back piece for this section. And then with the arms, what you're going to do is plug the hands into the hands. So if you are familiar with any of the other versions of Battle Tanker, this will seem very, very familiar with you. So what you're going to do is with these pieces, clip it on over the back there, if it lets me, and then you rotate it round and make sure that the tabs all line up. And then there's an arm done. And then once you've done that, all you have to do is just plug the waist piece in, give him the guns, and you are done. And this guy looks incredible. So this is the equivalent of a normal battle tanker without the big add-on. And the good thing about this is the main mode is with the add-on, so that you don't have to have this big thing, you know, like this part of the trailer just back in the box or something like with the battle tanker. So with this, what we're going to do is just flip these pieces in, make sure that the trailer hitches down and out of the way, because we won't be needing that. We're going to take this chest piece up, and then basically you untab these wings from the side, bring them up and then around like so, up and around, no twisting involved, no nothing, really easy. Make sure you take the screw out. I think it was that side. It just means that you can slightly pull this apart. It's still connected extremely securely, but it just means that it's gonna go on a hell of a lot easier. Really, you do need to do that. It's very important that you do take that out. Now this piece on the back here, just like the battle tanker, it's for stability. You can keep it up, you can put it anywhere you want right now. But basically, we're going to take this guy, put his head to one side, and then with the shoulders, all you do is just rotate them out to the side. You can do whatever you want with these end pieces. All you have to do now is just re-extend this back piece, which is stiff, just so that you have a bit more clearance for this when you fold it down. And then basically, these pieces here go on these right here. So just try and get everything out of the way as much as possible so that you can see inside and see what's going on, but it's going to be a hell of a lot easier if you take the screw out. And there we go, that's in there, it's solid, it's secure, and that is going to hold perfectly. Then you're going to want to be careful with the head when you bring the chest piece down. And when I say be careful, I mean be extremely careful. You do not want to break off those ear pieces. But it extends out, comes down, it clips in, he says, like so. Then you can bring the head back around. And then with the backpack, what you want to do is just rotate these however you like. Open up the wings. They're articulated in many different ways. I like to just kind of put the wings inside of those shoulder pieces so it looks like it's a bit closer to his body, and you can articulate these in the way of these go up and down and then in and out, but essentially that is Nova Prime. And as you can see, the first edition inserts really help this figure pop. It really makes it stand out on your shelf. He's quite tall now. He is actually leant back on that stand, but he is much bigger than he once was, as you can see. So guys, this has been a long enough review as it is. I definitely 100% recommend you pick this up. So thanks for watching, everyone. This version of Nova Prime, or as some of you may know him, Nemesis Prime, it is just the best version ever, and always will be the best version of this character. So I want to thank everyone for watching, and I'll see you next time.